IHTM Sports.
And welcome to tonight's matchup where the Mariemont Warriors take on the Indian Hill Braves here at Tomahawk Stadium. I'm Jake Summerall and I'm joined by Brian Shaw. Now Brian, what do you think? Some key stuff we should look for in tonight's game.
Well, big game tonight. You know, we talked about last week when we were here, separation game with us and Reading came in with the same record basically. Tonight, 2-4-1 teams, both 2-0 in the league, both a little bit behind Wyoming as it relates to the overall record. Wyoming also 2-0 in the league. And after tonight, you'll have one team chasing Wyoming and the other team going back toward the pack with Reading and Madeira and the other teams. So big night and a special night given that it's a Thursday.
And it looks like we're going to take a quick break for the national anthem.
We ask everyone to please rise and remove your caps for the playing of our national anthem by the Indian Hill High School Marching Band.
Jake, I guess you get a sense of how excited this team is to get back out on the field as you watch them come out of the tunnel.
Indeed, indeed.
No drama with the national anthem. We're off to a good start.
And Brian, let's talk about Cole Dean and how effective he's been leading the CHL and passing yards. What makes him so good?
Well, I think one of the things that you like about him is he gets rid of the ball quick. You know, he makes quick decisions, and he spreads it around. I think it's a difficult team to cover and defend. They don't just spread as their offense does east-west. They also spread north-south. Last couple of weeks we've seen Cole starting to put that ball out in front of people and let them make plays. So now this Indian Hill team is somebody you have to really defend in two dimensions. All that's going to do is open up the run game with Tennyson Holmes and John Mark Williams and make everything harder to defend. So I think Cole's ability to deal and get multiple people involved is a real difference maker for this Braves team.
And Luke Leglenberg will kick off for the Indian Hill Braves. Back to receive for the Mariemont Warriors is Alec Veneno and Daniel Calasasa.
Nice job there by Trey Lopez. Trey Lopez giving the Braves something on just about every facet of the football game. We'll see him hopefully quite a bit tonight on offense.
And we'll see Mariemont's quarterback, Wally Rennie, come out leading 5th in the CHL for passing yards.
Yeah, you know, 5th, in spite of the fact that he missed 3 weeks. I mean, that's one of the things I think that's so impressive about this Mariemont team. They lose their quarterback, and you'll see him tonight. Very good, very mobile, very accurate, a playmaker. He's had 8 touchdowns, only 2 interceptions. He's out for 3 weeks, and the team just kept rolling.
And Wally Runny's pass to Brady Holiday is complete.
And the good news for Mariemont, he was back last week against Madeira, played well, but the rust is off, and he is back 100%. Look forward to seeing him. Good player.
That'll be 2nd down for the Warriors. 2nd and 4.
One matchup to watch here, the top receiver for Mariemont, Charlie Cowart, being defended by Colin Shaw.
And that'll be 3rd and 1.
Yeah, Alec Vianello with the carry, big back, 6'2", 195. You know, Jake, I was looking at these rosters. You know, Mariemont and Indian Hill, similar size schools. Indian Hill just a little bit bigger as far as student population. But when you look at the number of players on the sideline and you look at the size of the players, Mariemont actually more players, more kids 6 feet tall or taller, more kids over 180 pounds, and more kids over 200 pounds. This is a big team.
And Wally Rennie signaling for the ball and keeps it for himself. And he will get the 1st down, and he runs out of bounds.
Yeah, we talked about him being able to move around. Very good at running the ball, knowing when to tuck it, knowing when to stay with the play. But the other thing that you'll see tonight, very good moving around to give himself space to throw the ball. Had a big first week, missed the next 3 weeks after that, back last week, and really impressive for Mariemont while he was out, that you had Dan Casella come in and play very well in Wally's absence.
And Wally Rennie drops back, a little bit of pressure, but is brought down.
Yeah, you're looking at the strength of that Braves defense right now. Jalen Thornton, Mick Oakes, Joe Oakes, that group, John Mark Williams getting after the quarterback. And we'll see a lot of that tonight. They're going to have their hands full. Really a good thing to keep him in the pocket, keep him in a small area of the field. Although he's a great athlete, not a particularly big guy. Rennie at 5'11", 163 pounds.
Wally running shotgun formation, hands it off to number 10, Alec Benello.
Yeah, you know, you look at the splits on what these guys do so far for the season through their first 5 games. 72% of the time they run it, 28% of the time they pass it. So they want to run the football. Indian Hill does a good job of shutting it down and putting them into 3rd and long like we see here. That's good for the Braves.
And that'll be 3rd and 10 for the Warriors. We'll see them come out of the huddle. Wally Rennie in shotgun formation. Signaling for the ball.
Looks like he's looking for Cowart, not there.
And is brought down by Jalen Thornton.
Yeah, I think we had Jack Hankin actually on that one. Hard to see
yes,
these
that was
numbers.
Jack Hankin.
Yeah, Hankin, you know, last week, of course, forcing a big fumble against Reading. Jalen Thornton picking it up. But Braves with a good first series on defense. Marco Fiore will be back to field this punt. The kicking game also particularly strong for these guys. You know, Mariemont, I think, will be the team that is closest to Indian Hill with regard to the field goal kicking. As for the punting, that's been good this year too.
And the punt will roll out of bounds by Cameron Hollander. And the Braves offense will take the field.
Yeah, so here we have a chance to see Cole Dean. The splits for the Braves this year, 46% on the run, 54% on the pass. You won't see many high school teams that are more balanced. The other thing you'll see is a lot of guys with receptions. 5, 6 guys that they throw the ball to regularly, a couple of guys they hand it to in Tennyson Holmes and John Mark Williams. It's a very balanced Braves offense.
And we'll see the leading passer in the CHL, Cole Dean, along with Tennyson Holmes. Marco Fiore in motion. Cole Dean to Tennyson, spins, loses the defender, and is brought down. That was a great run.
Yeah, that was a very nice job. Tennyson first secured the ball. Cole did a nice job putting it right on the money, but making that first defender miss made that play possible. Joel Berger doing his best in that second level block, but Coward is an absolute beast. Shed that tackle and put Tennyson down.
And Tennyson Holmes at the gain of 5. That'll be 2nd and 5 for the Braves. Cole Dean asking for the ball, and a flag will be thrown.
Yeah, this is one of those things that as we look over the next few weeks, this is going to be a very tough game. Mariemont is a very good team. We're going to get to that stretch of the season where we're going to play some teams that aren't as strong. One of the things the Braves, as they go toward the end of the season, can we clean up things like this where we're not putting ourselves in situations like this where we're now back to 2nd and 10? Negative yardage plays, turnovers, mistakes like that, can they get better?
Cole Dean hands it off to Tennyson Holmes, breaks right through the middle, and will secure a first down. And it's brought down by number 10, Alec Vanello.
Yeah, I guess the movement penalty and backing you up 5 yards is a problem until it's not a problem. You need an eraser. Great job by the line, and a great job running the ball by Tennyson Holmes to get all that yardage back and then some. First down, Braves.
And with Tennyson Holmes' 20-yard rush, that'll bring up 1st and 10 for the Braves at the 49-yard line.
Yeah, this part of the field, the whole playbook is available to them, and they do a lot of things. Tough to defend.
Cole Dean's pass to Colin Shaw is complete, and a gain of about 5. That'll bring up 2nd and 5 for the Braves.
Yeah, good positive first down yardage. If the playbook was big at 1st and 10, it's probably even bigger at 2nd and 5.
Cole Dean clapping his hands, signaling for the ball. Looks like he's readjusting. Crossback, hands off to Tennyson Holmes, and it looks like he'll be just short of a first down.
Yeah, nice job by Cole with the handoff, but also in looking at that, you know, that's a deception that'll show up a little bit later. You can run some stuff off that with that zone read. Marshawn Curtis bid on it and actually tackled Cole Dean in the backfield. So you can see the deception, and that's important, not just to do it sometimes, but to do it all the times to set it up when you need it. Cole Dean not just ahead in the passer numbers in the CHL by a little, ahead by a lot. 1,177 yards to Johnny Miller's 694.
And Cole Dean's pass to Colin Shaw slips right through Colin's fingers.
Yeah, you know, a little bit more air under that and a little bit more into the field would have been perfect. But what I love about what Cole Dean is doing right now is he is stretching that defense, and he is making people respect that. And that will, again, it's not always what you get on that specific play, but what you get in the future when you make people respect the field and stretch it. Braves having some issues last couple of weeks with guys getting on the field for special teams. Again, those are the kind of things as we look toward the end of the year you'd like to try to optimize.
And Marco Fiore's punt will be tagged by Michael Bright.
Yeah, great job by Marco. Knew exactly what he was trying to do there, and he executed it perfectly.
Down inside the 5-yard line of Mariemont.
Well, we talked about the Braves starting field position and being at that part of the field that it enables you to do a lot of things. Obviously not the case here when you're backed up to the 2 for Mariemont. So Mariemont's going to try to get out from under their own goalpost. And let's see if the Braves can make a play down here. This is the kind of thing early in the ball game that could be a little bit of a game changer should the Braves be able to make a play and maybe get a turnover down here.
And this is great great defensive position for the Braves here.
Yeah, even a stop, make them punt out of their end zone. So Braves with an opportunity early to make a change in this game.
Wally Rennie hands it off to Alex Vanello. And is brought down.
Yeah, gain of 4 brings up a 2nd and 6. So nice play. I guess you'd have to give the advantage in that one to Mariemont.
I see Mariemont in a huddle right now.
Braves with a couple of guys out on an island. Michael Bright, Colin Shaw.
Wally Rennie hands it off to Alex Vanello. Was brought down by number 1, Tennyson Holmes.
Yeah, good back, and that's what they do. We talked about at the outset, 72% of the time they run the ball, and Vanello has been just fantastic this year. Yeah, Vianello has run it coming into this game 93 times, and he gets over 6 yards per touch, 5 touchdowns. He's a handful. Not the leading scorer on the team, though. That's Dan Casella, who we mentioned stepped in for Rennie.
And Alec Vanello will pick up a first down for the Warriors.
Yeah, big team and a big back that starts to wear on you. Braves do well to put a stop to that before he starts to take a toll.
We'll see the Mariemont offense looking at the coach.
Now, one common opponent that these two have faced, both played at Madeira in consecutive weeks, and both had a similar type of game where they started slow and then came on and opened it up at Madeira.
And Alec Vanello, he's carried the ball a lot throughout this game so far.
Yeah, he does. You know, they run it 72% of the time, and there's a reason. They're very good at it. Last week, if you remember 2 weeks ago, Indian Hill at Madeira, Indian Hill, I think with a 7-3 halftime lead, 35-3 after the third quarter, and then it stayed there. Last week, Mariemont at Madeira was actually down 14-0 in the second half, ran off 28 straight points, and finished with a 28-14 win.
And Wally Rennie looking short. That was a heck of a catch, and it's incomplete.
Yeah, that's part of that mobility Rennie showing, getting out and in space, able to make a throw. Really is a dynamic offense. When you think about the pieces they have to this. We haven't seen Cowart with a catch yet, but we know we will. And we haven't seen Casella except for that kick return. But you know he's going to be a prominent part in this thing tonight too. Again, 7 touchdowns for Casella. Cowart with 3 touchdown catches so far this year.
Even with Mariemont's incomplete pass, that'll bring up third down. And that'll be an offsides on Indian Hill. And unfortunately, that will bring up a first down for the Braves.
Well, you get the tempo and you get them moving and coming from the 2-yard line out to the 40, their 35-yard line at the time, and guys want to get a jump.
And the Mariemont offense exiting their huddle. Wally Rennie in shotgun formation. Asking for the ball. Wanted to hand it off. Not much of a gain.
Yeah, you know, Mariemont, the other thing they'll do, we've seen trips, we've seen the spread, we just saw the split back. They run a few different formations. They also do a little bit of read from the spread, so they'll show you a lot of different things, kind of like Mariemont last week, Reading last week. There was a lot to prepare for. Same thing this week. A little bit more skewed toward the run with this team, but a lot of formations and do a lot of different things out of it.
Wally Rennie signaling for the ball. Drops back. And it looks like it will be intercepted.
Yeah, Michael Bright. Michael Bright working over there in a one-on-one situation against Brady Holliday. Brady, a 5'9" senior. Michael Bright working that for the Braves, a 6-foot senior. Just outran him to the ball, got behind him, and Wally Rennie putting it up. Let's take a look at it. It's only the third interception against 8 touchdown throws for Wally Rennie, so this isn't a lot.
And it looks like Wally Rennie threw the ball right to Michael Bright, so that was a pretty easy catch for him.
Yeah, Michael Bright's been awfully good on offense for the Braves, and he looked like he was on offense there.
And Marco Fiore with the run, powering through. Just couldn't take it.
Charlie Coward. I'm talking about his older brother who's at Ohio University. Charlie Coward with another tackle. He hasn't touched the ball yet, to my knowledge, on offense, but he's made his presence known on defense. Once again, great tackle there. Charlie Coward all over the field tonight. Charlie's similar to a lot of other guys. You know, somebody in the neighborhood of 6'2", 195 pounds. Quite a few players that look like that. Kind of reminds you of Kettering Alter. I'm sorry, Charlie's listed at 6'3", 215.
We'll see Tennyson Holmes is brought down. This is not the start. This is not the drive the Braves wanted so far.
Yeah, a senior and a sophomore. That was a senior, Marshawn Curtis, and there's Marquand Curtis. Marshawn, 6'3", 210. The younger Curtis, number 62, 6'3", 255. It was a big team. I think we got ourselves a ball game, Jake.
We'll see Cole Dean in the backfield for the Braves, asking for the ball. Drops back. And is just overthrown.
Yeah, into double coverage there. Tough situation to be in with the 3rd and 16. Braves with a little adversity there on that drive. And they'll give it back to Mariemont. Looks like the punt return team will set up at about the 45.
Back to return for the Warriors is Daniel Casella and number 5, Brady Holliday.
Yeah, Casella again with 7 touchdowns, and he gets them a lot of different ways.
Marco Fiore with a rather high punt.
Marco's living right. Must be all those trips over to St. Gertrude. I thought that ball was going out of bounds. It just kept going north-south.
And with the Indian Hill Braves punt, that will bring out the Mariemont Warriors offense.
And I think what you were seeing there, honestly, is directional punting. Daniel Casella was on the other side of the field. Not that Brady Holliday is any easier, but I think they were putting it that direction on purpose. And once you start directional punting, obviously, you're now talking about adding a level of difficulty for your punter. Right play, not always easy to execute.
We'll see Wally Rennie clapping his hands.
Seeing trips here.
Drops back, tries to keep it, and he will keep it. He'll run it right out of bounds of the first down.
Yeah, that's the dimension we talked about. You know, the ability to make a decision and then use his feet. It's a guy that can do it all. How about we know Wally Rennie can run, but we noticed on that play also Mick Oakes can really run. Did a great job to chase him out of bounds, almost got to him. Mick Oakes will make you run a little faster. Mick at 6'4", 230, running step for step with Wally Rennie at 5'11", 163.
Wally Rennie hands it off to Alec.
Charlie Lindbergh with a great play there. Braves needed it.
And that'll bring up 2nd down.
These
Second and 12.
Negative yardage plays makes everything a little more difficult. Let's see if the Braves can take advantage and get into a 3rd and long.
Wally Rennie flips
Wow.
it to Alec Vianello.
Yeah, how about that? So they show him something they haven't seen yet, and frankly, I hadn't seen that from Mariemont this year. A little pitch play, a little option play. And how about young William Kleekamp, a freshman, taking on that senior running back and driving him out of bounds?
That's pretty impressive.
Yeah, big play by William Kleekamp. He's had a great year. This is exactly what the Braves hope to be in. 3rd and 10. This is the way you get off the field.
Wally Rennie asking for the ball, drops back. He's pressured. Passes it to Alec Vianello. And he might be just short of the first down.
Well, looks like we're going to have our first decision of the night. Mick Oakes with a great job to close and get Vianello down on the ground. Looks like he's going to be about 2 or 3 yards short of the first down. This part of the field, I wouldn't be surprised that they go for it. If we were 10 yards further down the field, my understanding is Mariemont's field goal kicker is very good. And at this point in the game, they may still go for it, but certainly from this distance, they're going to go for it.
And it looks like Mariemont will go for it on 4th down. 4th and 3 for the Warriors. Wally Rennie looks to pass.
Good discipline by the Braves.
And they will pick up a first down right at the end of the first quarter.
Yeah, good job. The throw to, I believe that was Holiday. Yeah, Brady Holiday with the catch. And a nice job. Good discipline by the Braves not to jump, first of all, and give them the first down, and then to stretch that out. Got to give Mariemont credit, though. Nice play.
And at the end of the first quarter, Indian Hill Braves 0, Mariemont Braves 0. Mariemont Warriors 0.
Jake, one thing I think that'll come into play tonight that we were concerned about last week and certainly this entire week, we got a break from the heat. It's been almost 85, 90 degrees this week. Game time temperature tonight, I suspect, is down in the upper 60s. So this has been a great day to play football.
And it looks like Mariemont will punt on 4th down. And a flag on the play.
Yeah, penalty nullifying that big first down pickup on 4th down by Mariemont. The Braves give it back to him.
And it looks like there will be too many men on the field for the Braves.
Yeah, we mentioned it on the punt earlier. Braves with issues as far as personnel getting on the field. We've seen it the last couple of weeks. 12 men on the field there. We've seen guys run on late.
We'll see the Braves defense bail out the Mariemont offense again for another first down.
Yeah, puts them in a short field position, but still 4th down. See if the Braves can get off the field. They're going to have to earn it, though.
And it'll still be 4th down for the Warriors. And they will go for it. Wally Rennie runs to his left, punt fakes, but cannot be brought down and is pushed out of bounds by number 9, Alex Lindberg.
That is going to be close.
And they might bring out the chains for that one.
Yeah, I don't know that they got it. And that's exactly what's going to happen, Jake. They're going to call for a measurement. boy, Rennie's showing some athleticism. You think about the guys he beat to get to the sideline, both Jalen Thornton and Mick Oakes. Two guys that for their size can really run. Good job by the Braves to come up from that corner position. I didn't see who it was and drive him out of bounds, but
and the chain gang will step onto the field.
Again, check your game program for the giveaway of the 2018 Nissan Maxima.
Braves pulling their offensive group together with
4, 2, 5, 3.
with the measurement coming up.
I repeat.
Coach Walker's got those guys at the other 40.
4, 2, 5, 3, 4.
I think Coach Walker might have had an idea how this is going to go.
This is going to be close.
And it's Braves ball.
That's great.
Tony Arcuri, Coach Arcuri standing right there. He got a good look at it. Braves ball, and apparently Coach Walker had that eagle-eyed about 2 minutes ago. Took the Braves offense over and took the time to set up this possession for them. So they're going to take over at their 36.
And the Braves offense will take the field.
Looks like we got a little bit of a clock issue here. We'll get that fixed. Yeah, looking at the schedules right now, Mariemont is number 5 in Division 5 level of football. They opened the season with a loss at Oakwood, beat Blanchester, Schroeder, Finneytown, and then last week Madeira. The Braves, if you recall, week 1 at New Richmond with a win. A loss to a very good CHCA team in week 2, and then wins against Bacon, Madeira, and Reading to get us to this point.
And Goldine asking for the ball, hands it off to Tennyson Holmes, right up the middle. And a gain of 3 yards.
Yeah, good work by Tennyson Holmes, and again, another tackle, Charlie Coward. Charlie Coward providing some great defense. Charlie Coward, a terrific lacrosse player for the state champion Mariemont Warriors. And he is a commit to the Air Force Academy as a lacrosse player, and he is a junior, I believe.
That's pretty impressive. Goldine clapping his hands,
Yeah,
and there will be
like
a flag.
Looked like we got early start over there on the right side. Well, we got a couple of pre-snap penalties that have taken place. And, you know, again, these are the things you want to clear up. Get ourselves in position to be a better football team as they look toward Wyoming. First things first, though, hey, we knew this was going to be a good game, and it is. Scoreless as the Braves have the ball here in the second quarter.
And that'll bring up second down for the Braves.
Not as athletic as the Alter Knights, but this Mariemont team, just the way the kids look, the size of the kids, a lot of kids that look like Alter Knights.
Goldine drops back, and his pass to Marco Fiore is complete.
How about Marco getting that right foot in? Great body control by Marco Fiore to reach up, make that catch, and get that foot down as he was going out of bounds.
And that'll bring up third down, and the Braves really looking for some points. Indian Hills got the play.
Yeah, Coach working with Zach Osterhuse over there, keeping that board and giving them the visual. I think they're going to talk, a little timeout. Yep. Braves took a little time to get that play in. Not sure if that had anything to do with it.
Now, Brian, what do you think the Braves are going to be talking over right now in the huddle?
Well, I think execution, and let's get ourselves into positive situations. Let's get into those 2nd and 6, 2nd and 5s. Can't have false start, pre-snap type penalties. You know, this Braves offense operates better when they execute well and they don't make big mistakes. I mean, this is not always last week we saw them with, touchdowns from the other side of the field. I think we had 3 or 4 of them last week. That's not the norm. What their identity would be is a team that can move the ball down the field, mistake-free, and getting a lot of people involved. It's not necessarily the big hit. In order to do that, you really got to avoid some of the issues we've seen so far in this game.
We'll see Coldine clapping his hands. Drops back, looks for Colin Shaw, and he will complete the first down.
Yeah, good matchup over there. Good identification by Cole Dean, and threw a strike. Colin Shaw with a nice job of making the catch and giving himself a chance to get yards after the catch by turning that in and running with it.
And that'll bring up 1st and 10 for the Braves.
Mariemont with good tackling as well there.
And the ball will be on the 48-yard line.
See if the Braves can get something positive here on 1st down.
Goldine hands it off to Tennyson Holmes. Looks like he trips and is brought down.
Yeah, 1st down, such an important, whatever the sport is, first pitch and an at bat, 1st down on an offensive series, so important to get out into an advantageous position. And here we go again with a negative play, brings up a 2nd and 14.
And the Braves looking to get some yards back off of that sack.
Yeah, it just limits what you can do, I mean, you have to get a certain amount of yards, and it becomes a little predictable, a little more predictable than if you're in a 2nd and 5 or 2nd and 6.
Coldine looks for Marco Fiore. Wow!
I tell you what,
that was a great impression of Odell Beckham.
I was going to say, I don't know if I'd have the heart to call that out of bounds. I don't care how far out of bounds he was. Wow. I hope the guys have a replay of that one. Incredible. Went up with that right hand, the ball behind him.
And we will take a look at that play.
Yeah.
That was impressive.
Braves ought to call a timeout so we can look at this replay.
Coldine looking at some pressure right here.
Yeah, Dean stepping into a nice throw given the pressure that was coming. Oh, my goodness.
And a heck of a catch
How
by
about
Marco
that?
Fiore.
Hey, and we don't get the celebration that we get from Odell Beckham.
And the Mariemont defense will come with an interception.
Yep.
And that'll be Mariemont's running back, Alec Vianello.
Yeah, we have the first big momentum play for Mariemont in this scoreless game. Braves with a pick-off earlier, unable to cash in, and now Mariemont will take over at their own 37-yard line.
And that'll bring out Indian Hill defense and the Mariemont offense.
But when you get into those long down and yardage situations, this puts a little more pressure on you to try to make a play. So that's a team effort right there.
Molly Rennie hands it off to Alec Vianello. And will be brought down by Colin Shaw with the gain of 5.
Yeah, good tackle by Colin Shaw. He's given up a little bit of weight in that encounter, but coming at it with a little bit of ferocity. Shaw at 180, Vianello at 195 and running. Great tackle. Braves would do well to set that edge over there because he's a load once he gets on your corners and your secondary.
Molly Rennie runs to his right. Looks for number 12, Owen Dingle.
Yeah, Mariemont doing a great job protecting the quarterback. Braves really not putting any pressure on him to speak of. And part of that, of course, is they're rolling him out. They're getting him out in space. It's what he does well, and if it's not there, he's able to run with it. This Mariemont offense starting to click here.
And that'll be another first down for the Mariemont offense. That was a huge, huge drive. We'll see Wally Rennie signaling for the ball. Drops back and is pressured. And that pass will be incomplete.
Well, talk about something enough and it changes. Just when we were saying the protection that he's getting, Jalen Thornton giving great effort and pressuring Wally Rennie into a tough throw.
And that'll be 2nd and 10 for the Warriors.
Warriors similar to the Braves in this respect. When they don't get anything on first down, it makes it really hard for them. Braves get one more good play like that. It sets them up to get off the field.
And the Braves defense adjusting. Wally Rennie hands it off to Alec Vianello.
Great job by the Braves in general and Mike Bright in particular. Michael Bright coming up and giving up a lot. That right arm looks like he got up and got a little issue with that. Again, we talked about Vianello being a load, 195 pounds. Michael Bright giving up 35 pounds in coming up and making that play.
And this is a huge stop for the Braves if they do hold the Mariemont offense.
Yeah, 3rd and 10. Braves with an opportunity to get off the field or turn them over.
Wally Rennie drops back, dodges a few defenders, and his pass to Brady Holiday is complete. That was a heck of a pass.
Sure was. Wally Rennie looking for space back there, steps up, clears through all that pressure, and had a good look down the field to get to Brady Holiday, who makes a great catch. And Braves with their backs against the wall. Mariemont with their field goal kicker now clearly in field goal position, but trying to get more here on first down.
And the Braves
from the
defense.
15.
The Braves defense really needs to buckle down to prevent a touchdown. 1st and 10. Wally Rennie hands it off to Alec Vianello, and a gain of none.
Yeah, you know, the Braves all year long, we haven't called the number enough, but Charles Lindbergh has just done a great job.
We'll see Wally Rennie signaling for the ball.
Looks like
and it's a kick pass, and it's recovered by the Braves.
Yeah, a little mistake between the quarterback and the center, and I think that's on the center. Wally Rennie looking to the sidelines for a change in the play. Gets the snap before he was ready for it.
And
Nick Oakes with the recovery.
And a miscommunication from the Mariemont offense will cost them the ball. The quarterback wasn't ready. Hits him right in the knee.
Yeah, not sure where that issue was, but obviously a little miscommunication between the two of them.
And the Braves offense will take the field. We'll see a change in quarterback. Marco Fiore in place of Cole Dean.
See what the Braves decide to run out of this. Last week, Madeira got into a situation where they weren't moving the ball, and they made a change in this regard. Very similar type of situation between the two players. But they took Tyler Richmond and put in Adam Wyzork, similar kind of athlete to Marco Fiore, and actually ran the ball down the field and scored a touchdown. So Braves might have seen that on film and said, hey, we can do something similar with Marco that Madeira did with Adam.
And Marco Fiore on the carry with gain of 5.
Trying to jumpstart this offense. I don't know you can put your finger on one thing in particular, certainly not just a quarterback issue. But I think just trying to spark this offense, and Marco's done that from time to time. Come in, run for a few first downs, get the Braves down the field, get them rolling, get everybody positive.
And that'll bring up 3rd and 4 for the Braves. Ball on the 23rd yard line. We'll see Marco Fiore asking for the ball, drops back, and he decides to keep it for himself. He is fast, he is out of there, and he runs. That was a huge, huge carry for the Braves.
Yeah, you know, it's a playmaker making a play with his feet, and that's exactly what Coach Walker was hoping for. Just get a little spark here. Get a little spark, see if you can get this team down the field. Certainly now the Braves out from their own 20-yard line opens up the possibilities here and puts us in 4-down territory until we get into Luke's territory.
And Marco Fiore looks at Colin Shaw. He will catch.
I think we're going to take a look at Marco's run here.
We'll see the sheer speed and how fast Marco Fiore is on this run.
Yeah, Marco certainly heading north-south. Had an opportunity to maybe cut back or whatever, but trusted his legs. Went straight forward, and big pickup.
Trey Lopez on the carry. It looks like he will be brought down.
You know, I think Trey Lopez might have a point here. I'm not sure that he actually went down. He got spun, but they are going to call him down back at the 20-yard line. The Braves been running that play for the last couple of years, and I got to say, nobody runs it. A lot of guys have done it, but nobody runs it the way that Trey Lopez runs it.
And it looks like Mariemont will call a timeout.
You can just see the whole shift in momentum in this game. I mean, we had the big play with the interception, the turnover, Mariemont sidelines, and fans going crazy. They take that momentum and they march the ball right down inside the Braves 20. Then we have a mistake. Braves get the ball. Marco makes a big play going the other way, and now all of a sudden the momentum in this game has really shifted. One thing to keep in mind, both of these teams have about 50 players, but they've got a lot of guys that go both ways. So you'd prefer to be the team with the lead as you get later into this game and fatigue starts to set in. So hopefully the Braves can capitalize here, get up and get a lead. It's a little easier to play that way when you get tired.
We'll see Marco Fiore staying as quarterback. Marco Fiore looking Tennyson Holmes.
Braves ran that play to open the game, and the same guy made the tackle, Charlie Coward.
And that'll bring up second
Coward,
down.
The future Air Force lacrosse player, coming out there and saying enough of that.
And Marco Fiore signaling for the ball, hands it off to Tennyson Holmes, but fakes it, and he goes right off to the side. And he might just get the first down.
That read opportunity with Marco is terrific, and he made exactly the right read. You know, it's kind of amazing. Marco hasn't had a whole lot of reps with that. He's had some injury issues. He's a backup quarterback, but still able to make good reads, and then the feet don't fail him. Braves line starting to really gel and get this thing going.
Marco Fiore clapping his hands, hands it off to Tennyson Holmes, right up the middle. But it's not, that's to Marco Fiore, kept it. Faked me out.
Fiore on the keeper, down the
Yeah, Fiore definitely with that never say die attitude toward running the football.
And a few people even tackled
Yeah.
Tennyson Holmes, who was not carrying the ball.
Yeah, what can you say about this Braves line, too? I mean, these are the same guys that are playing on defense for the most part. And these guys just battle. And they're doing a great job on this drive. Both Oaks, Thornton. Those guys are out there the entire game.
It looks like Marco Fiore will try to run it in for a touchdown, but a flag has been thrown.
Yeah, I think we're going to have a hold. I think the Braves are going to be that, and that's a game changer. You know, very rarely on that kind of play does a hold help you to the degree that if it's called, it hurts you.
And it looks like that'll push the Braves back some yards.
Yeah, that's a tough one. That's going to take us all the way back to the 16-yard line.
And the Braves trying to get some points on the board.
Hey, Mr. Grace, you help me with the keyboard, right?
Three receivers on Marco's right and one on his left. Drops back, looks for Colin Shaw, throws it up in the air. Oh, and he'll be pushed right out of bounds.
Yeah, nice job there. Colin clearly with the catch. Marco put the ball in the right place. But while he was in the air, nice job by the Mariemont defender to push him out of bounds. Daniel Casella. Casella's not going to challenge to high point that ball and defend the ball with ball skills, but boy, did a great next best thing, just push him out of bounds. Smart play and a great play.
And nearing the end of the first quarter, the Braves are still trying to put points up on the board. Marco Fiore drops back, receives a little bit of pressure, decides to run. And that'll bring up fourth down. And that will, in fact, bring out Indian Hill field goal kicker Luke Lundberg.
Yeah,
Luke the Leg Lundberg.
Great job again, that Mariemont defense and Charlie Coward. For a guy his size, he can really run. Well, Braves got what they wanted. They got from their own 20 all the way down into scoring position. They had a holding penalty that really kind of set them back a little bit, but a chance nonetheless to put points on the board as we head into this half. Coach Arcuri is going to run this down, and standing right next to the official, going to call timeout. And that's perfectly executed. You probably saw a couple of weeks ago, Miami versus the University of Cincinnati. Miami coach notified the official that he was going to call a timeout, but didn't give him the signal. You got to do both. Tony Arcuri knows that. Coach Arcuri does a great job. And the Braves will kick this field goal, and unless it's blocked and returned, Braves are going to either lead or go into this thing tied, going into the half. Bet that was a teaching moment for coaches around the country. I don't think we'll see that mistake made again anytime soon. Speaking of the Miami Redhawks, I am going to predict right now the Redhawks go up and beat Brian Kelly and the Notre Dame Fighting Irish this Saturday.
We'll see Luke the Leg Lundberg attempt.
Gus
Field
Ragland
goal.
is going to become a national name on NBC.
And Luke Leg Lundberg's kick is up. And good. That'll put the Braves up 3-0 going into halftime.
Jake, that was a great half. You talk about competitive football. We haven't seen it since the CHCA game. but we sure as heck got it here.
And leading into the half, Indian Hill Braves up 3-0 against the Mariemont Warriors. We'll be right back after halftime.
It's Braves Beat.
What's up, Indian Hill? I'm Emily Anderson.
And I'm Asher Weinstein. Happy National Coffee Day.
Wait, there's actually coffee in this? Oh my gosh!
We have a lot of news to cover today, so let's get started.
10 of our Indian Hill mock trial team members participated in the Empire Invitational, an international competition last weekend, and placed third in the entire tournament. The Indian Hill team defeated teams from Tennessee, Georgia, Springfield, Ohio, and managed to tie against a California team. In addition to that amazing accomplishment, Albert Kwan and James Orr placed in the top 10 of all attorneys, and Sumner Callahan placed in the top 10 for witnesses. If you see them in the halls, make sure to give them a huge congratulations.
Continuing, let's get on to golf. The team recently competed in the...
Sorry guys, looks like I'm taking over. Hello and welcome to the most accurate show here. I'm Cal McSorley and this is my show, Shy Guy All-Star, where I go over many things from shows, sports, video games, and even trends. With that out of the way, let's go over the most popular game for teens for reasons unknown really, COD. COD, or Bass Fishing, is a game on the Wii published by Sega where you just fish. This game has mixed reviews, mostly bad, and has no real variety. This game has a whole aspect I just don't understand. With fishing, with derpy fish, bad controls, bad physics, it's just overall plain bad. There might be something redeeming for comedy purposes, but for not too long. But hey, I guess I don't understand the times. Huh? Call of Duty. COD. Oh! Well then, I guess I'll go into that later. But sadly, my time has come to an end. See y'all later for something else more accurate, unlike them.
Well, I guess that was more interesting than golf. Moving on. Finneytown went up against our guys in soccer, and we won with a score of 3 to absolutely nothing. Congratulations to the guys for an excellent win.
Seniors, if you haven't already turned it in for the extra credit, we know you'll be absolutely buried in newspapers this weekend for the Constitution Project. So if you're like us and need major help with finishing your project, here's our own Ryan showing you how to do your Constitution Project in just 30 seconds.
You're short on time, so let's talk Constitution Project. First, you're going to need to find your article. Don't forget to highlight all the relative parts. Next, you need to find that part in the Constitution. I tend to prefer smelling the find. Finally, write up an analysis. Then do it all over again, 19 more times.
Wow, that's a lot of newspapers. It looks exactly like my house right now. Don't forget, the project is due this Tuesday, October 3rd.
Our homecoming dance was a huge success thanks to the efforts of Mrs. Schonauer and Mrs. Kuhn. In order to thank them for their hard work, the yearbook staff organized the first ever Gratitude Slam. Students have been posting Post-it notes of gratitude to these wonderful ladies all week on their doors. Great idea, yearbook staff. We hope Mrs. Kuhn and Mrs. Schonauer know just how much we love them.
We sure had an eventful and exciting homecoming week this year with the game, the parade, and even the dance itself. Why don't we take a good look at how it all went down?
Eric Bernstein, how are you enjoying homecoming?
So much.
Good. This Braves beat. How is homecoming? How is homecoming, sir? How is homecoming for you, sir?
It's great.
How are you enjoying homecoming?
This is lit, man.
What about you? What about you? How are you enjoying homecoming?
Don't hurt me.
Be sure to subscribe to us on YouTube and email us with any news about the school or any content you want to see on our weekly program. Or you can just give us suggestions to anyone who's in Braves Beat as to what you want to see in our show.
Send us your ideas, photos, or videos. Come on, all of you. Be a part of our team by sending in material we can use for our program.
And if you liked that clip of Mrs. McCarthy dabbing in the homecoming piece, you could thank Sam Oakham for the clip. If you send in clips and stories, it can make our show just that much better. Get involved with the show.
That's all we have for this week. I'm Emily Anderson.
I'm Asher Weinstein.
And as always,
Stay classy, Indian Hill.
She's gonna walk. She has to walk all the way out of the
up one more time for the 7th annual Big Bands and your 2017 Braves Marching Band.
And welcome back to Tomahawk Stadium, where the Indian Hill Braves lead the Mariemont Warriors 3-0. And if you're just joining us, this has been quite a change of momentum for both teams. Mariemont with the interception, Indian Hill with an interception, Mariemont with the fumble. The tides have changed for both teams many times, but we'll see what the second half has in store for us tonight. Things we should look for, especially in the second half of this matchup?
Well, I think, first half saw some turnovers, saw some pre-snap penalties, some things that really inhibited both offenses. I think as we come out into the second half, I would imagine the coaches talked about that at halftime. And you'll see these two teams try to be productive on first down and get themselves into a situation where it sets them up to continue to move the chains.
And some scores from around the league. Wyoming leads Deer Park 41-0 in the end of the first quarter. That's just a blowout.
Yeah, Wyoming hadn't played a whole lot of close games. Had a really good team in CHCA that they beat by 2 touchdowns, but that's been the only test really that they've had so far. You know, it's interesting, we talk about the schedule for these different teams. I find it really incredible how the head-to-head matchups and certainly the common opponent matchups haven't had more impact. What I mean by that, in Division 4, Region 16, Indian Hill at 4-1 with the loss to CHCA is the 3rd seed right now for Joe Edel. Wyoming's the 7th seed. And Wyoming beat the team that Indian Hill lost to. So, I have to look at it and say it must be strength of schedule. Indian Hill with an opening week win at New Richmond. But here's the one that will kill you. Division II, Region 8. Or I'm sorry, Division I, Region 4. Sycamore is the 2 seed. Coleraine is the 8 seed. Coleraine beat Sycamore 42-0.
That's
and
pretty
as
impressive.
things stand right now, and Coleraine had a couple of tough losses. Obviously, LaSalle's very good. St. X is very good. You can't complain about Colerane's strength of schedule, but they beat Sycamore 42-0, and they sit at the 8 seed with Sycamore at the 2. Tonight, Sycamore on the field against Fairfield. Maybe we'll be able to get an update on that score. That's a big game.
And it looks like Sycamore is down 14-7 against Fairfield at the half.
Yeah, 2 good teams with a lot of good players. Fairfield with maybe one of the better players in the state of Ohio.
And Mariemont's kicker, Cameron Hollander, will kick off. A rather flat kick. It's picked up. And number 3, Trey Lopez, he will go right into the middle.
Great play by Lopez to field that ball cleanly and advance it up past the 30.
And that'll bring out the Mariemont defense. 1st and 10 for the Braves.
So with regard to that, Indian Hill, the 3 seed right now in Region 16. Clinton Massey, the 5 seed. Clinton Massey owns a win against Coldwater. And if you know anything about Coldwater, I think they won 5 state titles. That's a powerhouse in the state of Ohio. A smaller division, but nonetheless. And Wyoming at the 7 seed.
And on the last drive in the first half, we saw Marco Fiore as quarterback, but now we will see Cole Dean back at the quarterback position.
Yeah, Wyoming, I guess the argument there, strength of schedule be what it is. They beat CHCA, and you can only play who's on your schedule. And they've certainly done that. The stats on them, points differential is unbelievable. Division II, Region 8, LaSalle is number 1 at 4-1. The team they lost to, Winton Woods, number 3 at 5-0. So Joe Edel's still working things out. And we'll see how that shakes out as we get a little deeper into this season.
We'll see Cole Dean fakes to Tennyson Holmes, but passes to Colin Shaw, and only a gain of about 1.
Yeah, real good job right over there for Mariemont on the tackle by Daniel Casella. Casella doing a nice job. Made a good play in the end zone and defending Colin Shaw. And on that one, limiting the yards after the catch. Sets up a 3rd and 9. This is maybe 3rd and 8. This is the situation we talked about. Be nice to be in a shorter yardage situation on 3rd down. Give the Braves more options and give Mariemont more things to defend.
And Cole Dean in shotgun formation. Hands it off to Tennyson Holmes. And not much of a gain. That'll be 4th down for the Braves.
Well, kind of picking up where we left off with regard to moving the ball and, some of the challenges that the Braves have had in the first half continue on in the second half.
This is not the opening drive the Braves had wished for. Back to punt for the Braves, Logan Person.
By the same token, Braves at a part of the field where they get a good punt, they're going to make Mariemont start. Well, didn't get a bounce there. And Mariemont's going to have excellent field position, 45-yard line.
And that'll bring out the Mariemont offense.
Yeah, just looking at this Mariemont offense, this is not the norm for them either to be shut out. Wally Rennie again coming into this game with 8 touchdown passes. Vianello with 5 touchdown runs. Charlie Coward, Rennie's top threat at receiver with 3 touchdowns. And Daniel Casella getting it done in a lot of different ways with 7 touchdowns on the year. By the way, watching Cameron Hollander at half, he was kicking the ball 50 yards through the uprights.
We'll see Alec Vianello run up the left sideline, but is taken down by the freshman, Will Kleekamp.
Yeah, Will Kleekamp with a nice job there. Joe Oakes with good hustle, didn't give up on that play. Chased Vianello all the way from the far side of the field. Talked about it earlier. These two schools, Indian Hill with about 120 more kids in the school, both teams with roughly 50 players, but the Mariemont players are bigger. So as we get into this fourth quarter, especially with these Indian Hill guys playing both ways, could start to take a physical toll.
And we'll see the defense, Indian Hill Braves defense shift. Wally Rennie hands it off to Alec Vianello, but is tackled by a loss by Jalen Thornton.
Yeah, Joe Oakes, Jalen Thornton with the penetration and made it possible, and Joe Oakes with the play that finalized it. Great job by the Braves, and that is exactly the kind of play that puts us in good shape defensively with an opportunity to get off the field.
And that'll bring up third down for the Warriors.
Yeah, these negative yardage plays really changed the complexion.
We'll see Wally Rennie signaling for the ball. Brady Holiday in motion. Looks for number 25.
Oh boy.
Charlie Cowart. But slips right through his fingers.
Yeah, first the slant, difficult to defend. That was a pitch and catch, just put a little bit on it, and Cowart looked up, and the ball was already there. Braves get away with a little love tap at the end of that. I don't think there was anything malicious. I know there wasn't. But, you never know what's going to be called. You don't want to give a referee an opportunity to make a decision. Braves
and it looks like the Mariemont punting squad will take the field.
It looks like Trey Lopez back to receive this punt.
The Mariemont punter.
This could be our best offense of the night right here.
Cameron Hollander will punt for the Warriors. And it looks like the ball will roll right into the end zone.
Yeah, tremendous efforts by Brady Holiday to get down there and almost get that thing down before it got to the end zone. Couldn't quite do it. Was questioning that decision by Trey Lopez not to field the ball, particularly as good as he is at it. But worked out okay for the Braves. They'll get it at their 20. Yeah, one thing we see with both these teams, their front seven making most of the tackles. For Mariemont, the team that's on the field defensively right now, Grunner and both Curtis and Charlie Cowart, the guys that are making most of their plays, getting people down on the ground. Holiday with 3 interceptions, Normal with 2.
Coldean's pass to Tennyson Holmes is incomplete. That'll bring up 2nd and 10 with the ball still on the 20-yard line.
Yeah, a little different angle on that one, as far as Tennyson not starting as far behind and running in a straight line, and a little more distance on that one too, over to the sideline. Tough play. It's funny, Jake's looking at a website that has scores, and it's got Indian Hill up on Mariemont up on Indian Hill 9-3.
Which is clearly not the case here tonight.
Not the case, but, Jake, it's possible that we're living in the past. This could be one of those Twilight Zone type episodes.
Maybe.
Yeah. Man, I'll tell you what, if that happens, if it gets to 9-3, I'm going to check that same website for the lottery numbers.
Oh, boy. It'll be third down for the Braves. Indian Hill Braves offense looking for the play. Coldean organizing the offense.
Yeah, if the Braves had one thing you'd like to see them do a little more in the second half, it's run the football. If you look at the common opponent, the Braves against Madeira ran the ball a whole lot. They ran it 28 times, and they averaged almost 7 yards a carry. Mariemont against Madeira ran it 33 times and only averaged 2.6 yards a carry. So clearly, Indian Hill may be a little bit better at running the ball, even though they don't do it as much. Mariemont throws the ball only 28% of the time and runs it 72%, but it doesn't mean that they're necessarily always going to be proficient. They've been good, but if we take the common opponent, that would tell you that maybe Indian Hill start running the ball here.
Goldine clapping his hands, drops back. Looks to be like number 3, Trey Lopez with the carry.
Yeah, Trey Lopez knowing where that first down marker is and fighting for yards after the catch. Great job and a great throw right on the money by Goldine to move the chains.
And that'll bring up first down for the Braves offense with the ball on the 25-yard line. Goldine hands it off to Tennyson Holmes right up the middle. Not a gain of much.
Yeah, not a big gain on that, but important for the Braves to keep that balance.
We'll see Tennyson Holmes' main route, which is up the middle. Hasn't been very effective against this Mariemont defense.
Yeah, big team up the middle. I mean, when you look at the Curtis brothers, you know, those are two guys that we don't see often in the CHL. And you pair that with Charlie Coward running around out there. I mean, it's just it's a different team.
Goldine drops back. Oh, and the interception attempt will be incomplete.
Yeah, it looks like we had a little bit of a mix-up here on a double move. And I think Cole was expecting the receiver to stay inside, and that didn't happen. Funny thing is, you can see the separation. Receiver came back outside, and the corner stayed inside.
And it looks like the Braves will get away lucky from that interception.
Yeah, and Mariemont conversely lucky because the Braves had a guy running down the sideline wide open. Tough. Not sure where that occurred, but tough situation. We've seen some miscommunication both sides tonight.
And Goldine looking long, but is overthrown. Receiver Colin Shaw maybe thought there was a flag.
Yeah, good coverage. No flag there. No need for a flag there. I think if those guys both had it to do over again, might have just put it up a little bit, let the bigger guy make a play on the ball. Don't need to outrun. Don't need to outrun Dan Casella. Need to just go up and high point the ball.
And we'll see Logan Person with the low snap. The
Looks like
punt
he's
is
going to
up.
get a roll on this. Well, jeez. There it
And
is.
will get a roll.
Yeah, you see that ball going end over end, generally speaking. You're going to get a roll there.
And with that punt, that'll bring out the Mariemont offense.
Yeah, they're going to get another swing at this thing. You know, for two teams that have scored as much as they have this year, this has got to come as a shock. I don't think they've faced this kind of adversity as an offense. Mariemont, the lowest number they've put up so far is 28 points. The Braves scored 14 once.
Molly Rennie hands it off to Alec Vianello with the gain of 5.
Yeah, Mick Oakes with a nice tackle. Good positive play, though, on first down. Generally speaking, when you get into a 2nd and 5, good things happen. Still looking at that Shaw-Coward matchup on the outside. Mike Bright and Casella on the other side.
Wally Rennie hands it off to Alec Vianello.
Good job by the Braves there. Mick Oakes, Jalen Thornton, Jack Hankin. And Charlie Lindbergh. Stout defense right there. That was a big play. Sets up a 3rd down. I like what Mariemont's doing, trying to establish the run.
Mariemont in a huddle right now.
If I had to guess, I'd say the team that can do that is probably going to be victorious.
Wally Rennie keeps the ball for himself, but is pushed out of bounds by Mick Oakes, and there will be a flag.
Yeah, it sounded like we might have had a little helmet-to-helmet there. That's a shame, because I don't think it was intended. Great job there. I think that was Joe Oakes on the great play to take the angle away and stretch that out and allow his teammates to go make that play on the sideline. But that penalty is...
Let's take a look at that on that flag. We'll see Wally Rennie keep it for himself here. Dodge a defender.
Yeah, I'm sorry I didn't get the number on that. I'm not sure that was Joe Oakes, but that really was the key to that play. Braves just with an inadvertent helmet-to-helmet for 15 yards and a first down.
And Mariemont will take a timeout. Now, Brian, what do you think the Mariemont offense needs to do differently to get some points on the board?
Well, I like what they were doing here in this drive to run the football. I really think if they start to get the momentum, it reminds me a little bit of the game we had with CHCA. Really, I thought the key to that in the second half, CHCA started moving the ball with the run. Funny thing in this game, though, is sustained drives don't necessarily mean your defense is getting any rest because it's the same guys that are out there on offense.
Let's take another look at that on that hit.
Yeah, who did we have out there at the end? That was, I think, Joe Oakes. When he caused that runner to go sideways, that enabled his teammates to get out there and make the play before the first down. And I don't know if that was helmet-to-helmet. That might have just been the guy who was out of bounds. But again, that's an inadvertent type thing there. And you're right at the sideline. Not sure if I agree with that.
We'll see Wally Rennie drop back, looks high. And Colin Shaw with the great deflection. That was great. That was great coverage.
Yeah, you got two really good athletes down there. The great thing I think that Colin did in that case, going up against Charlie Coward, who is a fantastic athlete. The thing I think Colin did that I like right there is just looking back for the ball. Once he looked back for the ball, he was able to make a play on it. And really, if you got two guys that are about the same size, Coward's a little bit heavier, but they're both about as long and able to high point. If you both see the ball, it's really hard if the guys are similar size for one of them to get it. Generally speaking, that's only available to him if the other guy doesn't see the ball.
We'll see Alec Vianello with the carry. Not much of a gain.
Yeah, Vianello is the perfect back for this type of situation. Want to establish a run and maybe want to wear the other guys down a little bit. Well, hey, now here's the situation for the Braves, right? Where we were already in a 2nd and 10. And now we're backing it up 10 yards. So now we're going to be in a 2nd and 20. And that presents a terrific opportunity for the Braves to get off the field defensively. This play right here is very important in that regard.
We'll see Wally Rennie in the pocket, getting a little bit of pressure. Charlie Lindbergh chasing.
Yeah, nice play.
That was great defense.
Yeah, Tennyson Holmes coming up and thought Tennyson Holmes had a play on that ball, and he did too, and did a great job closing, but Rennie able to thread the needle. Yeah, able to thread the needle and get out into a 3rd and 8. So I think they're going to call that a 3rd and 9, pickup of 11. Braves still with a good scenario here to get off the field.
And Wally Rennie's right. Alec Vianello.
You're going to try Coward
Rennie
again with a
looks.
lot of space.
And good defense by Colin Shaw again.
Yeah, you know, you look at that, the thing that amazes me about that's been space over there all night. And you got a guy that is really good at fighting for the football and Charlie Coward. Colin doing a heck of a job, has basically taken that side of the field away.
And that was a big stop for the Braves. That'll bring out the Mariemont punting squad.
Yeah, getting off the field there is a big deal. Braves really need to get something going here offensively. And again, hate to belabor the point, but it all starts with positive plays on first down and no negative yardage plays. How about that punt?
That was a good punt by Cameron Hollander.
Yeah, they're going to walk that all the way down to the 5-yard line.
And that's not the ideal field position the Braves wanted on that.
Yeah, for a team that struggled offensively tonight to start at your 5, you know, this has really been a game of field position. Braves can't afford at this point to have a 3-and-out and turn that ball back over to a team that's had it for quite a bit of the second half here. So very important drive for the Braves, just to get a few first downs, get that field position changed a little bit, and keep that Mariemont defense out for a few minutes.
We'll see Coldine hand it off to Tennyson Holmes up the middle. And that route just has not been very effective.
Yeah, big team in there. That's a hard place to go to.
And that'll bring up second down for the Braves.
It's really the strength of that defense. Big ball games coming up tomorrow. Got a couple of them. Madeira at Reading, that's a separation game. One of those teams is going to come up a little bit in the CHL and be in the top half, the other not.
Coldine looking for Colin Shaw, trying to get that extra yard.
He is. You know, I got to give Daniel Casella credit because, you know, that would have been an easy one where he caught the ball for a lesser defender to give up that first down. He did a great job. Colin Shaw really good after the catch, and Casella taking that away from him. He's done a nice job tonight with containing the plays.
And that will be a flag on the Mariemont defense.
Yeah, Kyle Mason, 6'4", 211-pound senior, fantastic football player. Not watching the ball, listening to Coldine, and got a little bit of an early start there. Mason with 3 sacks on the year. He was looking for a 4th.
That'll be 1st and 10 for the Braves. Coldine hands it off to Tennyson Holmes. Not in a gain of 0. And Brian, the Braves' running game has not been all that appealing in tonight's matchup.
Yeah, you almost get the sense Braves are going to have to take that running game outside a little bit, but that's not been what they've done so far this year. And one thing we saw, like with the Bacon game, is when you get away from what you do, even when you're put in a tough position, it really devastates your team.
Coldine looks for Trey Lopez. Looks like there's a bit of miscommunication.
Yeah, Braves in a 3rd and long situation. Important here to make some good decisions.
We'll see the Indian Hill offense looking for a play. Coldine asking for the ball. Drops back, runs to his right, and he will keep the ball. And that'll bring up 4th down for the Braves.
Yeah, I like what they did there, rolling him out. as opposed to, you're not looking at a sack and a fumble or a hold because he's, we're trying to protect him. And if he gets a chance to tuck it and run for the first down, great option there. So like what the Braves did there, but good defense by Mariemont. So stop them on third down, and Mariemont's going to get the ball back and probably going to get it back again near midfield.
There'll be a timeout on the field.
Yeah, two of the Mariemont playmakers again being given an opportunity to change this game, Casella and Holiday.
And Logan Person with the great punt. Wow, and it looks like Mariemont touched it.
Yeah, well, we had a fair catch called, and then we had a muff. And if you call for a fair catch and we have a muff, whoever picks it up unable to advance it.
The Mariemont student section not liking that call.
Yeah, Braves have had that situation come up before. We had a couple of years ago a muff that was advanced by the other team for a touchdown, and of course, that's not the rule, so.
There will be a flag on the play.
Yeah, the attempt to advance that fair catch muff, they'll be penalized a little bit. But again, Mariemont with good field position, ball out at the 37-yard line. You just get the feeling that a touchdown and anybody that gets into a 4-point differential, that's going to be a big thing. Answering that would be a big thing. So Braves defense just continues to be stressed. They've been up to the challenge so far tonight, done a terrific job. Let's hope they can keep it up.
Wally Rennie signaling for the ball, hands it off to Alex Vianello. And will be brought down by Charlie Lindbergh.
Yeah, Lindbergh and both Oaks, but Joe Oaks doing a really good job of standing his blocker up and making Vianello shuffle his feet a little bit, which bought his teammates time to come in and help him. Joe Oaks has had a terrific night defensively.
And that'll conclude the fourth quarter. And the Indian Hill Braves still up 3-0.
I bet you'd won some money tonight if you'd have bet against this being a 3-0 game after 3 quarters. A point a quarter. Jake, that's not what the fans came to see. But it's a beautiful thing in my book.
And entering the fourth quarter, everything gets a little bit heated. Especially with these two league rivals.
Yeah, for two teams, each has played in a fairly close game. Braves lost by a touchdown to CHCA, and Mariemont dropped its opener in a shootout, 42-41. So both have had a little bit of experience, but it's been a while. These teams have been winning games by multiple touchdowns, where at the end of the game, it's not really in doubt. Of course, Mariemont last week had to come back against Madeira, who played very well. But this is nice to see. It's refreshing in a world where, there are 40-point games to see these guys in a good one. I think it'll make both teams better.
We'll see Wally Rennie looking, but almost intercepted.
Yeah,
by Michael Bright.
Great break on the ball by Michael Bright. Michael Bright, a terrific athlete, a track guy, who long jumps 22 feet. If he'd have been catching that ball with his feet instead of his hands, he'd have got there. They'd have put a sand pit out there for him to jump to. But Michael Bright, great break on the ball and going out there. Mariemont showing you again a little something different. Split backfield and rolling their quarterback out. They just continue to show Indian Hill different things, going with trips here.
And that'll bring out 3rd and 11 for the Warriors. As Wally Rennie's looking in the pocket, but is pressured And he'll get an easy pass by Brady Holiday.
Yeah.
What slips right through his fingers.
That's a tough one for Mariemont. That's one they'd like to have to keep the drive alive. And, you know, that's a tough one because that was there. It was available for the taking. One thing you're seeing tonight, we talked about it at the outset, is Rennie's ability to find space from which to make plays and throw. The Braves have to take that pocket under control and squeeze that in on him. Jack Hankin with a great job beating his defender, or his blocker, but you know, if you give him a little space and you run at him, it's like closing out in basketball. You got to get down and shuffle them and take small spaces, get into smaller spaces.
We'll see the Mariemont punt squad come out. Cameron Hollander. It looks like Mariemont will tap the bell out.
Yeah, Cameron Hollander, we got a flag on the play. See what this is all about. But Cameron Hollander, 6'2", as your punter. And good thing they had a 6'2" punter. Did a nice job corralling that snap. Good crowd tonight and a lively crowd tonight. Glad to see him opening up that hill. I don't know if when you were a young guy, they told you, get off the hill, get off the hill. Our kids are attracted to that hill like moths to a light, and it's a pure joy. I mean, they're just having a great time up there on that hill. I like to see that.
Indeed, indeed. We'll see Mariemont re-punt.
Well,
looks like he will receive a bit of pressure.
Yeah, went back and got that high snap again.
Looks like it'll roll out right on the 25.
Not to be a wise guy about it, but you do like to see consistency. If you're a punter back there, you like to see the ball in the same place. Maybe not that high, but at least you know what to expect. Well, Braves with decent field position starting at their 24. They've been backed up a little bit more than that a couple of times tonight, so opens up a little more of the playbook. We'll see if we can get something on first down here, Jake.
We'll see Cole Dean take the field.
Let's get 4 or 5
Joel Berger
yards.
in motion. Hands it off to Tennyson Holmes up the middle. And a gain of 3.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. I love it for 2 reasons. One, establishing the run. I think that's what's ultimately going to win the Braves the game if they do win it. Second thing, I just love positive yards. Gain of 4 sets up a 2nd and 6. 2nd and 6, a lot of things available to the Braves, especially at their own 27-yard line.
And we'll see Cole Dean in the shotgun. Asking for the ball. Hands it off to Tennyson Holmes. Not much of a game.
Yeah, you can see both teams really trying to get that run established.
And Mariemont's run defense has been very effective against Indian Hill run game.
Yeah, I think that's where that size up front really comes into play. 255, 210, and 215.
Cole Dean looking for Trey Lopez, but it's just overthrown.
Yeah, we've seen a couple times in the last 2 series where the Braves have had multiple receivers in the same general area, and I think sometimes there's a little confusion on the part of the receivers.
And 4th down for the Braves. That'll bring out Logan Person.
It's almost like throwing the ball into those little triangles between first and second and short out and right field.
That was a
left
great
center.
punt by Person. Trey Lopez trying to run down Brady Holiday.
Yeah, Brady Holiday finally getting an opportunity to get some room and advance the football. You can see his skills right there. And that's going to be great field position for Mariemont. Well, if we've said it once, we've said it 1,000 times, a little pressure on this Indian Hill defense. They've been up to the task all night, but you just wonder how many times they're going to be able to get the ball back without any damage. Looked like that Fairfield Sycamore score is now 21-7. Fairfield, did I see that right? The other one I was thinking about is Elder High School. Elder High School is going to be at St. X
Tomorrow night.
tomorrow night, yeah.
That'll be a good game.
Yeah, a couple local kids going to be playing for St. X. Elder High School, I don't know if you saw last weekend, played the #1 team, at least the #1 ranked team. I'm not sure if they're #1. But St. Ignatius Wildcats came down to the pit, and Elder a couple of big plays and big calls away from winning that one. So Elder obviously able to stay on the field with anybody. That should be a good game tomorrow night.
We'll see Wally Rennie looking. Looks like he will keep it for himself, but is taken down.
Great job by Hankin. I like that. Hankin taking Rennie all the way to the sideline and making the play and taking him to the ground. You know, it'd been easy to let Rennie just run out of bounds, but take a little bite out of the guy every single play, and all it does is help your team going forward. So nice play by Jack Hankin.
And you can see Jalen Thornton trying to pump up the Indian Hill crowd.
Yeah, once again, a good opportunity to get off the field with 3rd and long.
Must be 3rd and 9 for the Warriors. Wally Rennie in the pocket, looks, almost is picked off.
Yep, about the same place the Braves are probably going to end up with the ball, but great coverage, made him get rid of it. He did so, and the Braves had it well defended.
And that'll be a change of possession. The Indian Hill offense
Only
will
guy
take
in
the
here
field.
really upset about that is probably Colin, but he's not much of a stats guy, so probably not too worried about it. Braves will get the ball back, and looks like Michael Bright and Trey Lopez will be back at the 15. We've seen a couple of shaky long snaps here recently, so Braves be alert to jump on that football if we get another one.
And the Mariemont punter, Cameron Hollander.
Good snap there.
Punt is up. It is caught by Trey Lopez, and he's off.
Oh,
wow, he
flag
has
on the
lots of
field.
space.
Yeah.
And rather rough and high hit.
Yep, but he popped right up. I tell you what, I love the fact that he caught that ball with a defender right in his face.
Trey Lopez showing how durable he really is, even with that hard hit. And Brian, let's take a look at that. That was a rather high hit.
Yeah, you know, as is usually the case with these penalties, something that wasn't necessary. And for Trey Lopez to take the chance of getting blown up when he caught the ball, and then to take a big hit after helping his team and making a play, that's got to hurt even more. Trey Lopez doing his job. Braves need to really clean up the penalties. So you got a difference between having the ball out near midfield and having the ball inside your own 10-yard line. Negates an excellent play by Trey Lopez.
And Trey Lopez back on the field. He's in motion. Cole Dean hands it off to Tennyson Holmes. And a gain of 2.
Yeah, you know, those running plays, that's what the Braves do. So Braves aren't going to change stripes necessarily, just given the situation.
And that'll bring up 2nd down for the Braves.
Haven't gotten a lot of yards up the middle, but you know, Jake, if they continue to get positive plays, eventually you'd have to think they're going to make a few big ones. Braves do not have a play clock, and when they get into a situation where they're trying to get a play in and it takes a little time, I think the kids, you know, aren't sure exactly how much time they have to work with on the pre-read.
Cole Dean pump fakes. And just another overthrown pass by Cole Dean. Looks like he was looking for Davis Kleekamp.
Yeah, another tough spot here, a 3rd and long down near your own goal line. So, you know, you'd like to take some risks and you'd like to move the ball, but punting the ball on 4th down, if they don't get a first here, is not the end of the world. It's not the worst thing that can happen. Another critical decision play here.
Cole Dean asking for the ball. Runs to his right and looks. Just another sloppy pass. Looking for number 9, Alex Lindbergh.
Yeah, Cole did a great job getting out, using his legs to establish a throwing lane, and tough play for the Braves there. Anytime you get into a 3rd and 9 at that part of the field, you're up against it a little bit as an offense. And again, punting the ball here is not the worst thing that could happen.
We'll see Logan Person with the punt. And that'll bring out the Indian Hill defense.
Indian Hill defense got to be looking at this like it's Groundhog Day. It seems like every couple of minutes they go out and take the field in the middle. The good news is we only got 8 minutes left in this game. The bad news is Braves are once again right at midfield, or actually in their own part of the field, trying to defend this Mariemont offense with only 3 points on the board.
It'll be 1st and 10 for the Warriors. Ball in the 42. Wally Rennie looks and decides to run it up the middle.
Like that bunch formation. Great job by the Braves.
And great tackle by John Mark Williams.
Mariemont comes out and shows them yet something else, and obviously a commitment to run the football. Let's see if they stay with that formation. Mariemont student section a lot louder than I thought they'd be at this point of the game, thanks to the good play of their team.
We'll see the Braves defense adjust.
Go back into a trip situation.
Wally Rennie signaling for the ball. Brady Holiday in motion.
Is this Canadian football?
It looks like they will get the 1st down.
Yeah, Charlie Coward. Big catch to get the 1st down. And Mariemont fans have been looking for that all night. I could have sworn I thought Holiday was in motion and turned upfield before the snap.
I think you were right. I was watching him.
It's what makes arena football one of the great games in America.
That'll bring up 1st and 10. Ball on the 31st yard line. Wally Rennie decides to keep it up the middle. It looks like the ball's been loose, and Indian Hill might have it. And Indian Hill will have it.
Well, that's twice we've had a turnover. One at the roughly 12, 13-yard line, somewhere in that neighborhood. And now another one at the 20-yard line,
And this
where
is
Mariemont has had the ball in scoring position.
And this is a huge momentum shift.
Yeah, Braves defense just keeps making plays and getting possessions. Boy, if the Braves ever had an opportunity to reward their defense with a sustained drive, this would be it.
And the Indian Hill Braves offense will take the field.
Looks like there's still some question about the play call here as they get into this.
Coldine asking for the ball, drops back. Wow, and a rather hard hit.
Yeah, it looked like that was intended for Joel Berger.
Joel Berger looking for the flag at the ref, but no flag will be thrown.
Yeah, good coverage. Good coverage by Mariemont. Really not a lot of places to go with the ball right now. Mariemont doing an excellent job. Braves have tried to run it. Had limited success there. Hey, here we go.
And Tennyson Holmes with the big push will get a first down. And this is big.
Yeah, like where he ran to as far as the part of the field. Get away from the Curtis brothers. Get yourself outside the box a little bit there. That's a big breather, big pick-me-up for the Braves.
We'll see if the Braves can continue this momentum. And there will be a flag on the field. Not sure what it is yet.
Yeah, I think they were going to throw one, but Mariemont beat them to the timeout. So, yeah, so Braves with that big run by Tennyson Holmes get field position. They've now flipped that if they do have to punt the ball again, which is great news. But now they've also got themselves an opportunity to be a little more aggressive in the play calling here.
And we're going to see both teams get a bit desperate as this game winds down.
Well, I'll tell you what, first team to score a touchdown, you'd have to think that would put immense pressure on the other team. Because either way, it's going to require a touchdown. Even if Mariemont were to be the one first to score, it would still require the Braves to come back and score a touchdown. And neither team has shown they can do that tonight. You start getting inside of 5 minutes, we're at 6:14 now. And it starts to tighten up a little bit on you. This game starts to get real tight. Braves decide to go with trips.
We'll see Coldine handing off to Tennyson Holmes with a gain of 5.
Yeah, senior giving him some leadership right now, and it's not just him. That line is now starting to open some things up. Tennyson Holmes having a huge year. Holmes came into the game with 554 yards, but averaging 8.7 every touch.
We'll see Coldine waiting for the play call.
And at 554, good for third in the CHL.
Coldine signaling for the ball, looks for Trey Lopez, but Colin Shaw's, and that will be a first down.
Great job by Colin Shaw to find space and present a target, and a terrific job by Coldine to step into that throw and deliver an absolute seed. See Mariemont defense, a lot of guys with the hands on the hips right now.
We'll see if the Braves can march down the rest of the field for a touchdown.
Yeah, Braves starting to find some spots on the field to make plays.
Coldine hands off Tennyson Holmes. He got me again.
Yeah, a little sleight of hand there. And again, another great play on first down. You know, by great play, I mean, I'm talking, you get 6, 7 yards, 8 yards on first down, you are really setting yourself up for success. Big probability the Braves will move the chains again here. Thing to stay away from at this point, any kind of penalty. Certainly any pre-snap penalty, but no holding penalties either. Let your teammates make a play.
Coldine hands it off to Tennyson Holmes. And it looks like he will get the first down.
Yeah, great job by Jalen Thornton pulling out and sealing that hole for Tennyson Holmes to get through. And the Braves do, in fact, move those chains, and we're now at almost 4 minutes left in this game once they start it back up. Braves be wise to take their time here and be deliberate.
Tennyson Holmes around the side with the gain of 2.
Yeah, good running by Tennyson Holmes and even better ball security. Tennyson double skinning right now and making sure the Braves continue to take time off this clock and advance the ball.
Yeah.
Talked about those Joe Edel rankings. In Division 5, Region 20, Mariemont at 9, just outside the playoffs as things stand today.
Coldine in the pocket for quite a while. Colin Shaw will catch it! Touchdown, Braves! And the Mariemont crowd is silent.
Coldine with a great job setting that up with the fake. Colin Shaw kept running and a great over-the-shoulder catch.
Let's take a look at that touchdown.
Yeah, Coldine showing the ball to one side of the field and coming back to the other.
That offensive line just provided great protection.
That's a good point, Jake. You can't make that throw. You don't have time to set that up if your offensive line isn't doing a great job.
And we'll see Luke the Leg Lundberg with the PAT. Going for perfect. And it will be good.
Well, that was big. You think about that sequence of events with the fumble down on the 20-yard line as Mariemont had all the momentum in this game. Braves getting possession of the ball. Tennyson Holmes with a big run to get the Braves out to about the 36, 37-yard line, get them some breathing room, get them a little momentum, a little mojo. Braves kept getting really good yardage on first down. 2, 3, 5, 7 yards on first down. Kept moving the chains, no penalties, and then get themselves to the point where they can bust the big play.
And I think the Indian Hill Braves fan base just took a deep breath in satisfaction. We'll see Luke the Leg Lundberg with the kickoff.
Yeah, you know, this might have been a tougher game than some people would have thought, but I saw Mariemont play New Richmond in a scrimmage early in this, maybe in the month of August. And they played them to a standstill. Matter of fact, I think Mariemont might have gotten up down the field a lot more than New Richmond is. And we know how good New Richmond is. So, to me, I looked at this and I said, you know, I thought New Richmond was pretty good and gave us a very difficult game out at their place. I saw what Mariemont did against New Richmond, and this is not a surprise. Braves need one more good effort from this defense to get off the field.
It looks like Brady Holiday is receiving for the Warriors. And he'll go up the side, taken down by Joel Berger. Looks like he's a slight limp.
I'll tell you what, Joel Berger made a big play right there. Part of the Braves being able to close this out is not having them run it back or get it to the other side of the field. Joel Berger with a great play to prevent that from happening. This ball at the 25-yard line, Braves got to feel like, hey, this is the best place our defense has been in quite a while.
We'll see Wally Rennie.
No time to let up. Get 3 receivers over here on the right.
Asking for the ball. Give it to Alec Vianello.
They go to their best receiver on the left. Colin Shaw battling for that ball, but Charlie Cowart holding on to it in a big gain, 25 yards to get him out to midfield with just a little bit under 3 minutes left in the game.
And it looks like we have an injured Brave.
Yeah, it looks like that's
Number one, Tennyson Holmes. That's going to be a blow.
Well, let's hope he's okay. Terry Conti, the best in the business out there. Dr. Kremchek coming out.
Top-ranked girls soccer team senior night is Wednesday. Wednesday at 6:45 versus Deer Park.
Let's hope he's okay.
Soccer's at Deer Park on Tuesday.
Mariemont coach giving him a pat on the head.
Yeah, Tennyson Holmes put that team on his back in this last drive.
And it looks like it'll be that right leg.
JV football will travel to Mariemont on Monday.
But Holmes with some big carries in that last drive to get the Braves down the field. That's a good sign right there.
7 p.m.
Tennyson Holmes, a senior, and you know, you see him a lot too. When the Braves seem to have trouble with the play call or personnel or whatever the case may be.
Field hockey senior night is Tuesday.
Former class president here at Indian Hill High School.
Volleyball travels to CHL foe Taylor.
And if you ever want to know what's going on in this world, anything at Indian Hill High School, Tennyson Holmes is your guy. He's in the middle of everything.
He seems to know what's going on. And it'll be 1st and 10 for the Warriors.
His mom's a pretty good photographer. She's a great photographer.
Wally Rennie looking for the pass. And it'll be deflected by Michael Bright. Great
Bright
coverage.
Working against Charlie Cowart, and all of a sudden, Wally Rennie going with what he's comfortable with. Wally Rennie starting to find a guy here in crunch time that he has gone to all year. After a really quiet start to this game, he's starting to find Charlie Cowart, whether he's open or not. He's a playmaker. It's important for him to look to something he's comfortable with right now to try to advance this ball. Desperate time right now, 2:37 left. Gonna have the same formation. Indian Hill getting an advanced look here. You know, we talk about Law and Order and all the music that comes out from our guys. Little Tom Jones, the Welsh Warbler right now, and a little Not Unusual. They play this at the Summerall House? You guys playing this over at your place?
No.
No? No?
No.
I think that was a request by Rob Young. Little Tom Jones, yeah. I always remember Carlton from the Fresh Prince dancing to Tom Jones. It's some of my great childhood memories.
2nd and 10 for the Warriors. Wally Rennie looks to number 5, Brady Holiday, and looks like he'll be taken, pushed out of bounds.
Tell you what, I was a little concerned when I first saw that we might have a double pass here.
Pushed out of bounds by John Mark Williams. First down, Mariemont.
Mariemont trying to get some points on the board.
Other big games tomorrow we'll get into after this play. Oh boy.
We'll see Alec Vianello escapes a tackle. Tennyson Holmes and Michael Bright.
Yeah, Holmes coming off on that that injured leg, back out there making a big play, and Michael Bright also staying with that. Talked about Elder at St. X tomorrow. LaSalle also will be in action in the GCL South playing against Moeller. And Winton Woods is going out to Indy to take on Bishop Chittard.
We'll see Wally Rennie's pass to Brady Holiday is complete.
Oh.
And a rather hard hit. And it looks like...
Did you see who that was that made the hit?
I did not see who that was. It looks like the Warriors will be just short of a touchdown.
Yeah, looks like that was, I thought that was Alex Lindbergh. I could be mistaken.
With
but
2 minutes
man,
left.
Was that a hit?
Wally Rennie Finney signaling for the ball. Looks to Alec Vianello and runs it right up the middle. But spins, and it has not been confirmed, and it has been. Touchdown, Warriors.
It's amazing. Warriors able to gather themselves and answer after not being able to score all night, seeing Indian Hill go up by 10. They come right back down the field and answer. We got a minute 47. Great second and third effort by Vianello to get into the end zone. Big extra point right here.
And it looks like the PAT is up and good.
Yeah, two good kickers in this game tonight.
By number 14, Cameron Hollander. And that puts the Warriors at 7 with 1:47 left to go in the game.
You know, Jake, if Rob Young said it once, he said it 1,000 times. This is going to come down to a field goal. Didn't say when it was going to happen. Might have been a field goal at the end of the first half. Might be a field goal to tie it, an overtime field goal, but Rob was on the money once again. So, not sure the timeout situation. It shows 3 left on each side, but I know that's not accurate. Braves with the hands team, nonetheless, out for this kick. Cole Dean out there, your quarterback. Davis Kleekamp, one of your wide receivers. Colin Shaw on the far side, another wide receiver.
And back to return for the Braves, Michael Bright.
Mick Oakes out there. That ball's not going to go 10 yards. Braves don't have to do a thing on that. That was an interesting bounce.
And a flag will be thrown. Okay, let's take a look at that.
Onside kick for Mariemont goes out of bounds.
Yeah, Brian, that did have a really awkward bounce.
Yeah, let's take a look at it here. Well, I guess we're not. Referees conferring. It looked like there was something that happened in advance of that ball going out of bounds. Not sure what they're talking about. See what the officials talked to us about. We had a false start before that happened.
We'll see the Indian Hill offense take the field.
Looks like they want to switch out that ball.
We'll see Cole Dean asking for the ball.
Hey, while
Coach
we've got
Arcuri.
this timeout for Indian Hill, one thing to think about, Indian Hill is blessed with a very good field goal kicker. Mariemont is the same way. At the half, I'm watching Cameron Hollander kick the ball 50 yards through the uprights. So, you know, right now for the Braves, be nice for them not to be in a position where Mariemont gets the ball back and has that opportunity. Mariemont, if they got the ball back, could probably get only to the 30 and be in range, potentially. One thing to do it at the half, another thing to do it in the game, but I think he's capable of kicking it from a line of scrimmage at the 30. So Braves need to see if they can move this ball and take time off the clock.
With 1:45 left to go in the fourth quarter. First and 10 for the Braves, ball on the 42.
Yeah, Person, Hooten, Thornton, the Oaks, doing a great job tonight up front. See if they can finish strong.
Cole Dean gives it to Tennyson Holmes. And a loss of 2. That'll bring it up 2nd and 12.
Yeah, Tennyson's still having a little bit of a leg issue, and senior providing some leadership right here and trying to help his team get down the stretch. Close this game out. Braves very fortunate from a coaching standpoint. You think about the guys that they have right now in this huddle talking. You know, John Masali has been doing this a long time, and he's been doing it as a head coach. John Masali, Brian Walker, Matt Walton, Alex Freeze, Paul Jenny, Bob Odom, Brad Hamilton, the all-time leading rusher at Indian Hill High School, Ken Miner, and last but not least, the guy that I thought was going to be happy last Saturday, Larry Eli. Well, Braves run it down under 1:30 here. They're going to probably get this all the way down to just a little over a minute before they snap again. But they're facing a 3rd and about 8.
And next week, Braves take on the Taylor Yellow Jackets at Taylor.
Yeah, Braves start a stretch with Taylor, Finneytown, and Deer Park of some teams that haven't won a lot of games, but nonetheless, on the road a lot more here toward the back part of the schedule. Braves will talk about it again. Talking about Larry Eli, I thought he'd be very happy last Saturday. His Iowa Hawkeyes seemingly had that game in hand against Penn State. Penn State winning on the last play of the game via touchdown.
And with 1 minute left to go.
I always like to see good things happen for Coach Eli. Boys don't realize how fortunate they are with that association. I think most of them do, but some of them might not be.
Braves will take the field.
Well, it'll be interesting to see here. Braves with an opportunity to run the ball and keep that clock moving. They got an opportunity to pick up the first down, most likely throwing the ball. But if you don't get it, not sure what the timeout situation is here with Mariemont. Mike Bright coming in for Joel Berger.
And it looks like they added 2 more seconds onto the clock. Cole Dean asking for the ball, hands it off to Tennyson Holmes. Going to the side, and he could have broke free.
Ooh. Well, Tennyson Holmes, I believe, is going to have a first down. The Braves ran it and got the first down. Tennyson Holmes, a senior, just continues to make big plays running the football this second half, and in particular these last 4 or 5 minutes. He's been absolutely huge for the Braves.
And it looks like the Braves will take a knee.
Yeah, Braves able to get that first down and snap it. Mariemont unable to do anything about it. Huge third down pickup. Huge third down to get that first and ice the game.
And with the clock winding down.
Yeah, Jake, tonight, you know, I think a game that you might not have expected to be a 10-7 game, but I think this is one that's going to help the Braves. I really do. That defense made so many stops in this game when they had to defend from their own side of the field. This can't do anything but help the confidence of this football team.
And signing off from Tomahawk Stadium, I'm Jake Summerall.
I'm Brian Shaw. Thanks for joining us, and enjoy your Friday night.